Life isn't shaped by the big moments. It's sculpted by the thousands of tiny decisions you barely notice. It's 2007. I'm 23, and I feel like I don't matter. Most days, I wake up anxious, not just stressed, but that kind that makes it hard to breathe. I drink too much, I zone out, and I'm afraid that one day I'm going to look back and realize I was invisible in my own life. Then comes a Tuesday. I'm home visiting my parents, the coffee pot's brewing, the sunlight spills across the counter. Everything feels routine until it doesn't. My mom's on the phone pacing, clearly upset. All I'm trying to do is run a simple online auction for the Kiwanis Club, but it's expensive and confusing. Nobody is helping me. And in that moment, I see her. I really see her, overwhelmed, caring way more about this than she should. And I hate how helpless she looks. And I hate how helpless I feel. So before I can overthink it, I blurt out, "What if I create something for you?" She stops and says, "Yes, that would be amazing. There's just one problem. I've never built a website before. I don't know the first thing about how auctions work. All I know is I'm done waiting to feel useful." So that night, yes, I binge watch tutorials. I find an auction script online. I even convert my parents' basement into a duct tape DIY command center powered on Diet Coke and Doritos. Weeks later, it's finally ready. Mom uploads 10 items, she sends out the link, and we wait. And we wait. Nothing. Then, ding, a bid. Ding, another bid. We end up raising $5,000 for her nonprofit that day. But what changed me wasn't the money. It was seeing her smile, hearing her say, "We did it." That one yes reconnected me to who I wanted to be. And I didn't know it then, but that small decision became the seed of something much bigger. Because years later, that little auction site has become a platform that's helped tens of thousands of organizations raise over $1 billion. But that wasn't the goal back then. The goal was just to matter to somebody. And that's when I understood. A legacy isn't only something you leave behind at the end of your life. Legacy is the story your decisions are already telling. But here's the problem. Most of those decisions, we don't even realize we're making them. We make hundreds of micro decisions every hour, almost all of them automatic. You think you're in control, but unless you're intentional, you're just reacting. And that's where I was. Anxious, drifting, disconnected from the person I wanted to be. And here's something I learned the hard way. If you don't design your life on purpose, the world will do it for you. And that's not just a slogan. It's neuroscience. Only a small fraction of your daily choices are made consciously. But of those few, they shape identity. They build pride or regret. And your brain keeps score. So why does this matter? Because if we don't interrupt the autopilot now, we don't just lose time, we lose ourself. I've met people who have looked back on decades and said, "I don't know how I ended up here." Truth is, they didn't end up there. They decided their way there, one unnoticed choice at a time. And that's why I created the Legacy by Design method, to help you live a story you're actually proud of, starting now. Living your legacy happens in 3 stages. Stage 1 is mirror. You don't become who you are. You behave your way into it. Years ago, I developed this great habit. Every morning, I would choose 3 words: brave, focused, compassionate. Not goals, not mantras. It was just a description of who I wanted to be that day. And one night, I was about to cancel a call with a friend who was really struggling. I had a dozen excuses. But then I remembered one of my words was compassionate. So I picked up the phone. He cried. We talked for hours. And afterwards, I realized that moment didn't just reflect who I was. It reinforced it. Your identity is not something you find. It's something you prove, choice by choice. And legacy doesn't wait till after you've arrived. It begins the moment you start acting like the version of you that isn't real yet, but could be. And stage 2 is Megaphone. Share your story so it shapes theirs. Years ago, I was telling the story of that first yes, the auction, the basement, all that uncertainty. After my talk, a woman came up to me in tears. I was going to shut down my nonprofit, she said. I didn't think I was making a difference, but now I know even the small stuff matters. I'm staying. Isn't that wild? One story and somebody else is making a different decision? Because when you speak your story, even before it's finished, people trust you more, not less. Because when you say it out loud, it doesn't just help others believe in your story, it helps you believe in it too. Legacy isn't built by what you've mastered. It's built by what you're willing to speak while you're still becoming it. And the last stage is model. Your decisions are somebody else's proof that change is possible. Recently, a colleague pulled me aside. She said, "The way you show up, it's changed how I lead." I didn't tell her what I was doing, yet she was watching. And that's when it finally clicked. The decisions you think are private are often the most public part of your story, because somebody else is building up their courage by watching yours. Your legacy isn't written in the spotlight. It's written in those quiet, unnoticed moments. And those moments, they're contagious. And now it's your turn. You could use the legacy by design method to influence your story. Commit to the 3 stages. Mirror. Decide who you want to become, and let your actions prove it. And Megaphone. Share your truth, and let it shape the world around you. And model. Teach it. Let others grow through your courage. You don't build your legacy someday. Your legacy is built in kitchens, in meetings, in those moments that nobody claps for. It's that text you send. It's that negative voice in your head that you finally silence. And it's that standard you hold for yourself, or the one you don't. And my challenge to you is this. Tomorrow morning, choose 3 words that describe the person you want to be. And before the day ends, make one decision that proves just one of them. Because each one is telling the story that people will tell about you. And most importantly, the one you'll tell about yourself. Legacy is the story your decisions are already telling. Decide who you want to become, and let the world adjust. Thank you.